Hello, welcome to ACU. My name is Tamara Long, the Vice President for Enrollment at Abilene Christian University. We are so excited to have you with us today to see a showcase of our engineering and physics department. And so first, we're going to take you live to look at campus, and then you're going to come right back here with us to do a live question and answer. So we hope that you will put those questions into the chat bar and text them in later on. But from right here, you're going to get to go see a true look at our engineering and physics program. See you in a minute.
Welcome to the Department of Engineering and Physics. My name is Victoria Garcia. I'm the Student Success Manager for the department. My role is to help answer your questions and connect you to the answers you need while you are considering ACU. Today, I'll be giving you a look around Bennett Engineering and Physics lab spaces, as well as addressing some of your most commonly asked questions. I'm excited. Let's get started. Bennett Labs, once known as Bennett Gymnasium, served as ACU's basketball courts before Moody Coliseum. Some alumni may also remember it as their intramurals gym. Bennett's new purpose serves as a behind-the-scenes space for our current engineering and physics students to be able to gather, to collaborate, design, study, and bring their ideas to life. Engineering and physics is spread across 3 buildings on campus. We have more classrooms, department offices, and lab spaces over in the recently renovated Onsted Science Center, as well as a clean lab and Halbert Walling Research Center. Engineering at ACU is ABET accredited. ABET accreditation is assurance that a college or university program meets the quality standards established by the profession for which it prepares its students. ACU's Department of Engineering and Physics is constantly looking for ways to improve and grow. Our students have gone on to improve transportation, develop better nanotechnologies for healthcare, design electrical systems, protect the environment, streamline manufacturing, harness nuclear energy, become physics teachers, and attend some of the best graduate schools in the country. There is a lot happening within our department. Today, we get to hear from just a few others who get to tell us more.
Hi, my name is Tim Kennedy. I'm the Executive Director of Engineering and an Associate Professor in the department. I wanted to give you all an overview of our degree offerings, as well as give you a peek into the ways our students learn outside the classroom. In the Engineering and Physics department, we offer a Bachelor of Science in Engineering with concentrations in civil, electrical, industrial, and mechanical engineering. Each of these concentrations was developed with the input of our Industry Advisory Board so that we're able to offer a collection of courses that is needed and in demand by the engineering industry. Additionally, the Engineering and Physics department offers a Bachelor of Science in Physics with concentrations in physics, medical physics, computational physics, and teaching physics. Over the years, this degree has prepared students for acceptance to some of the top physics and engineering programs in the nation, as well as prepared award-winning teachers. For those of you who aren't quite sure which of these is for you but still want to be a part, we do offer a general engineering degree as well as an engineering science concentration in our physics degree. In our department, you'll learn from professors that are leaders in their field, committed to the university mission, and strive to provide the best opportunities to learn both in and out of the classroom. As a student in the department, you have an opportunity to learn through many avenues outside of the classroom, such as our student clubs. We have the Society of Physics Students, the Engineering Students Association, and Ladies of Engineering and Physics. You can also learn through site visits. We might visit a manufacturing facility or take a tour of a local construction project here in Abilene. You may choose, even as early as a freshman, to seek an internship with a company where you can help fund your education. We also offer a summer study abroad in Leipzig, Germany, and have also offered many humanitarian engineering efforts. I'm going to focus on that one and tell you a little bit more. So we believe that experiential learning in a missional context gets to the heart of what it means to be a Christian university. Students in our junior engineering design course, known as Junior Clinic, have partnered with nonprofits in Abilene and around the world to develop prototype solutions for problems encountered in these organizations, ranging from coffee bean drying in Thailand to aiding local occupational therapists by developing low-cost tools for them to use in their workplace. This year, our students were to be a part of the first group of Wildcat Academics on Mission, a partnership with the Halbert Institute for Missions that combines study abroad and service learning to provide what we think will be a life-changing experience for students through a combination of project-based academic instruction, engineering design, international service, and spiritual reflection. This year, our students designed a waste management system for a local girls' home in Gualaco, Honduras during the year, using their engineering knowledge, and had planned to travel there following the semester to implement the project. As you can see, there's no shortage of ways to get involved or find your place in the department. We believe that in the Department of Engineering and Physics, we provide not only a great learning environment for academics, but also do our part to prepare students to grow as engineers and physicists that will go on to change the world for the better.
Hi, my name is Monique Marcourt, and I am the Director of Corporate Engagement. I came to ACU after a 20-year career in engineering. I would like to share information on what we do to prepare our engineering students to be successful after college. To begin with, we have an industry advisory board that meets twice a year to provide input on our program to ensure that we are building a curriculum that is relevant and robust enough to meet the current needs of the industry. This group helps us to provide alliances with companies that will provide job opportunities for our students. We also have a program designed for our seniors called Senior Clinic. This course offers a strategic partnership with industry that allows our students to solve real-world problems while providing our partners with completed work on selected projects. Companies benefit from the fresh perspective of innovative students and, as an added benefit, often find new talent to add to their pool of future employees, as was the case for 2017 graduate Sydney Shellstead. Because of Senior Clinic, she secured a job with Raytheon, and they have since hired over 7 of our students. This is just one of many such success stories. In addition to help from our industry advisory board, our department also reaches out to other companies to provide opportunities for internships starting their freshman year. Many of these opportunities are outside of Abilene, but there are some opportunities right here in Abilene and at ACU through our department. Lastly, our department has secured a university grant to develop a course entitled Propel. The overarching goal of Propel is to position our students to graduate from our program prepared for the workplace academically, practically, and professionally. Propel distinguishes ACU from other engineering programs by giving structure, focus, and momentum to what has developed as one of our program's core values: to equip our students to be meaningful change agents as Christ-centered engineering professionals from the first day they are hired. These are just some of the ways that we work diligently to ensure the success of each and every one of our students.
Hello, my name is Dr. Rusty Towle. I'm a professor in the Department of Engineering and Physics. I'm also the director of NextLab, the Nuclear Energy Experimental Testing Laboratory right here on the ACU campus. We're very excited about this new research program because we're addressing real-world problems and we're tackling and finding solutions to them with our students that are a part of the ACU family. I want to tell you a little bit about the history of research in the Department of Engineering and Physics, but before I do that, I want to tell you why it matters. Getting a chance to be part of a research project or an internship is something that really can change your experiences and give you something to grow on. Beyond the classroom and the teaching labs, the chance to take what you've learned and put it into practice is something that will benefit you and help you throughout your career. So our students from the very beginning when they get on campus have the opportunity to be part of our research programs. For over 40 years, students have come to ACU and then been part of our research groups and gone off to national labs around the country and in fact around the world and participate in labs in places like Brookhaven National Lab on Long Island or Fermilab outside Chicago, Los Alamos in New Mexico. All of these research facilities we had students working out last year and we've had for decades. That type of experience is something we're proud of because it gives our students a leg up. It gives our students an opportunity to put into practice what they've learned in a classroom in a real-world environment, to work on world-class projects and under the mentorship of a Christian mentor who's an expert in that field. Those 3 attributes brought together will give students an opportunity to put into practice what they've learned in the classroom in new and exciting ways. With the new investments on campus to new facilities, we now have the opportunity to do research on campus in addition to working in national labs. So with the NextLab, we have launched an interdisciplinary research group. So we now have faculty, staff, and students from the Department of Engineering and Physics, but also chemistry and biochemistry, computer science, math, even finance and graphic design, students have worked with us to help us promote the project. Our students are getting that type of experience. Right now, one of our students, Keaton Brewster, is working with NextLab to help develop a flow meter that works at very high temperature for molten salts, like this molten salt test loop behind me. We have a patent on that idea, and Keaton is helping develop it. Some of our recent graduates in grad school, like Eric Tate, who's at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, working on an interdisciplinary degree from Department of Nuclear Engineering and Department of Physics, working on port scanners that funded by the Department of Homeland Security. And one of our graduates, Austin Basie, has taken this experience, this research experience, with him into the workplace, where he now leads the research team at Huddle, where he's taken pattern recognition and the tools and skills he learned here at ACU and putting them into practice. Those are just a few of the examples of the way our students have been blessed by the opportunity to put into practice the things that they've learned in the classroom. We're excited about the opportunities at ACU, in the Department of Engineering and Physics, and at NextLab. We welcome you to come join us.
Well, welcome back to us live here on campus at Abilene Christian University. We hope you enjoyed getting to see the inside scoop on our engineering and physics program. I have joining me here in the studio Dr. Jess Dowdy, who is our chair of the engineering and physics department. And I also have someone you already met on camera just recently, Miss Victoria Garcia. So we are so glad to have them with us here to answer your questions live. They've started coming in. We hope you'll continue texting those questions to us so that we can answer them. They're here to get to know you, and we look forward to getting to know you students. All right, so Dr. Dowdy, I'm going to start with you as the chair of the department. If you could just share a little bit about why you love teaching, why you love being a professor, and just your role and experience in engineering and physics.
Okay. Well, one of the things that I really enjoy about teaching is the relationship with students. The reason that I get up in the morning is because I get excited about what's going to happen in your lives. It is very enjoyable for me to hear from students who've graduated and gone on, and they write back or call back and say things that brightens my day. It really is an enjoyable part of the job.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Dowdy. I want to ask you a question, Victoria, which is a great one that has come in, and I hear it all the time, is do you have to love math to be an engineering major?
Well, the question to that is fun. You don't have to love math to be an engineer. You do want to be able to get through it. And so I think something that we do that's really important and special is the community that we create. They're surrounding each other and supporting each other. A lot of the times the students that come through the department have never been able to haven't had to ask for help. And so by creating the community early on, I feel is really important. So that is one of the ways that they do make it through that math, even without loving it. But it's rewarding at the end.
No, I think that's important, that it's not about loving it, it's getting through it. What you love is probably the problem-solving aspect. And so that is core to the program. So Dr. Dowdy, can you tell us a little bit about what students can be doing now as they're in high school to prepare for your program? And when do they need to know what type of engineering they want to study?
So what you should be doing right now in high school is learning math is the key essential ingredient for all of the degree tracks in our program. You might ask, why is math so important? Well, math is the language that engineers and physicists use. And it's sort of like going to a foreign country and trying to speak a language you're not used to. The better you can speak it, the easier it is to go to that foreign country. And that's sort of what you need to think about math as you're getting ready for college. So always engage math every semester that you can. And that's the preparation I would say is most pivotal. What was the second part of the question?
So that's great. Math is foundational, clearly. And the next question is, when does a student need to know what kind of engineering they want to study?
Well, most people in these disciplines, they start off with what they think interests them, but your interests are going to change. So the best way to say that is you're going to target what you think you will enjoy doing. And so as you start down that path, you're probably going to change many times throughout your career. You might for example, start off with one type of engineering and then move into an administrative or even own an engineering firm. And so those all have different skill sets and all sorts of different ways of thinking. But truthfully, in the department, you don't have to worry about which flavor, I'm going to say, of engineering that you need to be worried about until about the second year of your sophomore year.
Yeah, great. So second year, that's great advice, and maybe helps some of you students take a deep breath. You know your interests are here, but you don't have to know what you're going to be when you grow up. I don't know that I know what I'm going to be yet. So I think that's a really good advice to keep in mind. Victoria, do you mind talking a little bit about how students can get involved in the department and in the program?
Definitely. So there's multiple ways to get involved. As you're applying and visiting, you'll get to know us a little more personally with that in-person visit. We get to know you. You'll want to start applying for some scholarship opportunities. We have our EMP Student Ambassador Scholarship that is really the pillars of the community, and so they kind of create ways to get involved further, from tailgating fun to planning our experiential learning trip for the year. They're looking at Disney this year. But there's other ways. There's academically, there's lots of different ways to get involved in our groups and our social clubs within the department. So just really taking part as soon as you get here is really the best way to get involved and start communicating and start getting to know people early on. So.
No, that's awesome. There are lots of ways to get involved and to get connected with other students and have community and to be well supported as a student in our engineering program. Dr. Dowdy, could you talk a little bit about how recognizable ACU's engineering program is? How known are we? What about some of the work we're doing that's making us probably more known in the more recent years?
So the engineering and physics department is about 50 years old. It started as a physics department. Engineering is relatively new to ACU, but we're already nationally ranked and in the top 200 in the nation. So that's pretty significant for the short of time that we've been actually going as an actual engineering ABET accredited program. So internationally, we are known for that 50-year history in physics. We have experiments that have been all over the world. We work with scientists from all over the world, and so it's pretty. We're a secret in most places, but not with physicists. And engineering, we are emerging very quickly as top of the field.
No, that's excellent. No, I'm very proud of your department and the work happening among our faculty there. Victoria, can you talk a little bit about scholarship opportunities for engineering students? How do they find out about those, and what are they?
Sure. So we have, as I mentioned, the Student Ambassador Scholarship that you can apply for as an incoming freshman. So that's a really, there's 10 spots for that generally. So that's been a really good key to building up the community overall. As you get into your second and third and lead into your fourth year, you'll have opportunities with departmental funds that we have from scholarship opportunities. Plus, we've had, through the work with Next, Keaton Brewster and Ruben Howell just were recently awarded from the Department of Energy $7,500 for this year. So we're really proud of that. Those opportunities that we offer here in the department will lead you to more money down the road. So the first thing is just getting here. Job opportunities that we have within the department are also really beneficial to students financially. So those are some good things to start getting involved in as soon as you get here, and just start $1 at a time. It'll all add up, and it'll be well worth it.
Yeah, no, that's great. I think a major plus of our engineering and physics department is how many of the students that you all employ, that hands-on work that's both research-based but also work-based and develops great work ethic and great opportunities for your students. Dr. Dowdy, do you mind sharing a little bit about study abroad? We have some really unique study abroad opportunities with our program.
So study abroad in our department's largely been in summers. Faculty will take students to Leipzig, Germany, and spend 6 weeks or so in Germany and visit the BMW plant and other things that engineers would they'll find out how engineers work around the world, and they'll find out that engineering really is a universal language. Everybody goes about it very similarly. The pieces of equipment you would see are very similar. It's kind of neat to see, I guess is the way to put it. And it's a really nice location. It's a villa. It's on the tributary of a lake. You can get on a boat and spend days probably just going around town. It's really a nice place.
Yeah, no, Leipzig, Germany is an amazing site where we take many students year round, but engineering has done some unique study abroad experiences there and will continue to each summer. And we're very excited about those opportunities for our students to study in another country and to see just how universal engineering and physics is. So Victoria, do you mind telling us a little bit more about internship opportunities that students have available to them?
Sure. So internship opportunities can happen. Really, we encourage at the first semester after your freshman year. We've had some students come and partake in the Next Lab internship for this summer as incoming freshmen, which is really exciting. So that's a new piece this year. But definitely encourage. We have Monique Marquardt, who you met a little bit in the video, and she is amazing at supporting our students and helping to get them those internship opportunities by meeting with corporations and ensuring that we're doing our part to support. It's still up to the students to get the job at the end of the day, but it's definitely well supported within the department, which we feel is important.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Dr. Dowdy, do you mind talking a little bit about the Capstone? And I think that feeds into internships and jobs.
Can I follow up on the intern? The internships are high-paying internships. They typically are $20 to $30 an hour. Some of the internships actually offer housing. And so you can go to San Antonio, for example, do an internship, have housing provided, and make a lot of money. I think you have to pay for your own food, but other than that, it's pretty nice, pretty nice gig. Is it Capstone or Clinic? I think was your question. Capstone or Clinic is kind of the defining stamp of our department. It really is a unique opportunity for a year-long interaction of you and a company. There's a corporate partner that will, in essence, fund your project, and you will interact with them throughout the year. You design, and then you build, and then you test what they're interested in you doing. These are typically not frontline projects, but they do eventually find their place into that corporation or company's workspace. So it's kind of unique. You're working on a real problem, a real world problem, that the solution to actually helps the company out.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And it's exciting. I love walking through the engineering lab as those projects unfold. It's really impressive and fun and way out of my comfort zone because I'm not an engineer. So I'm always very impressed by the work our students are doing. All right. Victoria, could you talk a little bit about how you support students that struggle? I know I've watched you work tirelessly, even in this virtual space, to ensure that students don't miss a beat and that they persist and are successful. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So our students really do have the support of faculty and staff, and my role is to help support that and getting them into the avenues that they need in order to be successful. But also they're depending on their peers too. So just building around that community and helping them to feel a part of the family is really important to me, because it's going to be each other that pull them through those difficult times. But our students have stepped up and have created some really neat virtual spaces in the last few weeks, just from a prayer team to a high school support team, reaching out to knowing those seniors are struggling through this time. But for our students to kind of be a breath of fresh air has been really valuable. To playing video games together has been really fun for them just to kind of get together. And I'm very thankful for the group of students that we have just supporting each other to get through. And I'm a piece of that, but they do a lot of the work because they care about each other. We are a family and we pull through together. So yeah, it's been good.
No, definitely, I would say across ACU's campus, our departments, we're family. The departments very much become family. The faculty, the staff, the students become very connected to one another. So Victoria, can you answer a question related to graduate school for engineering, how the department works to help students find their way into graduate programs?
So the students definitely have the support of the department. Monique also takes on a lot of that role of helping support our students who are looking through different graduate programs. Faculty overall, I've seen lots of recommendation letters come from our faculty, and just that support that's poured into them and direction has been really good. But our students, a lot of the times when they do take on graduate school programs, Dr. Dowdy, you've heard several times, I've heard him say, how our students are paid to do that graduate work. So graduate school generally isn't as much of a financial burden because our students are needed, especially on that physics side, and just there's so little of them usually. So they have really good opportunities in their future because of their background at ACU and the work that they've been doing as an undergrad.
No, that's excellent. That is great. Dr. Dowdy, do you mind sharing a little bit about the types of jobs, companies that our students are securing jobs at, and what types of work they're going into as engineers when they leave our place?
So one of the problems that we have is that all of our graduates are getting more job offers than we have students. And so right now we have 100% of everybody who wanted a job got a job. So it's a pretty nice statistic to have to choose between 2 or 3 places and then pit each of the companies against each other and get higher salaries. It's a really rough life that most of our graduates have. And I'm being really, kind of sarcastic, but the point is it's really a fantastic thing that's going on for our students. They have all these opportunities. They get to pick what they want to do. They get paid well. The thing that I really want for my students in the future is 20 years from now, I want you to get up and be excited about going to work because they're going to pay you to do exactly what you want to do. And that, to me, is the definition of happiness, is getting paid to do what you want to do. And so that's a pretty great way. And I think most of our graduates get that opportunity. They get to do what they want to do and adapt and become in that fashion.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And with that, can you speak to a little bit about the uniqueness that ACU provides by being a Christian engineering and physics program? What does that mean to you, and what does that look like for our students?
So one of the key ingredients of Christianity that we don't think about is the morality and the ethics that we portray as Christians to the world. I think anybody can honestly say that as you look around society that it's not the same as it used to be in America. And I'm not trying to in essence say anything in particular. I'm just saying that ethics is important and morality is important. And one of the things that I like to talk about is business in America is run completely on trust. You can get somebody to send you a large piece of equipment expecting you to pay for it later. And you think about the trust factor that's actually in the business climate, you will be entering into that as a professional. And if you exemplify the ethical and moral definitions of our society, you will be very, very sought after. That is very important. There are people, companies that hire simply because of those very fundamental aspects that we don't think about. Sure, you'll be overtrained. You'll be able to do whatever you're asked to do. You won't have to worry about not having been challenged enough and have not learned enough to in order to do your job. That's important, but more importantly, as a Christian, the values that we hold as Christians are needed by the world.
Yes, and I would say you're selling yourself short in how well you all infuse that into your curriculum. That it is part of how we teach and learn on this campus across the board, and we are very proud of that and proud of who we represent as we send our graduates and students out into the world. It's been really great being with you students. The questions have kind of settled down. I know on the chat bar there's lots of questions being asked and answered by various faculty. I want you students to know, juniors that are, I guess you're a senior now, many of you you've probably stopped school at this point. I'm guessing. Or you might still have some things to turn in and finish those things. But for you that are juniors, want you to know our application will open up on July the 1st. So please be excited about that. We're excited to get to know you more during that application process. And more than anything, we hope that we have encouraged you and made you excited about coming to visit our campus. We hope that you will come visit ACU in Abilene, Texas. We can't wait to host you on our campus. We know some of you are tuning in from literally across the world, and we hope that you will take the time to come see us on campus. We want to meet you. We want to get to know you. I know Dr. Dowdy, I know that Victoria, they both want to meet you, as do many of the faculty and students that are here as well. So thank you for joining us today. We can't wait to see you on campus soon. Have a wonderful summer, and go Wildcats.